Welcome, CityState 2 fans, to CityState 2 with Omnius Prime. Episode 13, Beginning Commerce Policies, version 1.3d. As you can see, I've been a little busy building up a little bit of stuff here. Over on the left and the top, as you can see, I finished off that block here, so now I've got this avenue running all the way across. So I've now basically finished up my first two big blocks, and as you can see, I've already started on a third block that's going to go up here. I've been very careful to do the terraforming for the streets so that my streets and avenues will be nice and flat, and I'll be able to in the future run underground rail, which is just, it's the best for doing the public transportation, because it doesn't involve being up on the street, doesn't have train tracks crossing any streets or avenues, or kind of messing up your zoning along streets and avenues. So one thing that when I was running clock at 22,500, my government HQ leveled up to level 2. Okay, and as you can see, is kind of the building changes a little bit. It'll actually grow into like a bit of a skyscraper after a while. So what that did was opened up 3 more policies: private schools, alcohol, tobacco, and vehicle tax. Okay, private schools. This is you can do none, which I don't know why I would want to choose none. Look at that big -4 on education. That's not going to work good. Get a +1% on the religiousness, but that really doesn't do any good. The +1.5 on the economic freedom is good. Okay. You could allow private high schools and universities only, get a -10, +10, costs 122. You know, your corruption's going to go up. And here there's a negative to education. So, you know, that doesn't look good. Okay, now we can do allow private universities only. Office is -1, basic manufacturing +5, and 0.5, and the advanced manufacturing takes a little hit. Economic freedom takes a little hit, but then you get a plus to social ladder and civil rights. Here you're gaining some education, which is good. Now you're losing religiousness, and you're gaining corruption. Cost 366. Private schools are banned, so you're going to take a big hit on office. You're gaining some basic manufacturing, and you're knocking down advanced manufacturing. Okay, +2 points on civil rights, and +2% on social ladder. You're going to take a hit on your economic freedom, -1.5. Look at that effect on education system, +5%. Okay, the -2% on the religiousness, I could care less. Look at that effect on the corruption index, -0.1. Okay, 40% approval on the left, 40% disapproval on the right. Cost 487. This is expensive, but this is the way you want to fly. You want that big 5% boost to education, okay? And it's nice that you're getting a little bit of corruption. Now, cost, 487, but I'm going to bite the bullet and do it. Now, let's take a look at alcohol and tobacco taxes. Now, could do none, which gives you some various effects, okay? Some good, some bad. A 25% tax, and it would give me $61. Okay, a little boost to retail, a negative boost to basic manufacturing, and a negative boost to the birth rate. Okay, let's look at 100% tax. See, now we're doing a little bit of retail and basic manufacturing's dropping. Okay, now your social ladder and economic freedom are dropping. Your security goes up a little bit, your birth rate goes up a little bit, and your health goes up. And look at that, you're getting 244. Now you could say available in state-owned stores only. Okay, so it's a hit to retail. A hit to the economic freedom. You get some security, some birth rate, some religiousness, but it also costs you in the corruption index. Okay. So what I tend to like to do is go here, I think. Give me a little bit of extra money. Let's see. Nope. So this way I'm not going to punk these things. So I'm going to get a little bit of a retail boost, a little bit of manufacturing dump, a little bit of a hit to my birth rate. This looks to be about the best option, okay? So I'm going to enact that one. And now a vehicle tax. You could go none. Okay, gives a little bit of economic freedom, but you can see a +1 on the pollution. Okay, on the more polluting vehicles only, a hit to basic manufacturing, but a plus to advanced, a minus to social ladder and economic freedom, but you gain a health boost. You gain a decent pollution boost, and unfortunately you gain a little bit of corruption. Okay, on luxury vehicles only. You're not going to get as much of a pollution boost. You still got your corruption problem. You're going to be -1 on the retail. And then on all vehicles, okay, and as you can see, that gives you the most money. But look at, you're going to take a good-sized hit on retail and basic manufacturing. Social ladder, economic freedom, big hits. Yes, there's a nice big boost to reducing pollution, and you have a little bit of corruption, and you get 183. So I'm going to, I think, be a little conservative here, and I'm going to pick this one. I'm going to get 61 bucks from that. Okay, I get a little boost to my health, just a little bit of a hit against social ladder and economic freedom. And like I said, you know, a little bit of a hit on the basic manufacturing, a plus on the advanced. So I'm going to go with that one. So that's going to help me get a little bit of extra money. I'm still going to hold off on my pensions for right now. Okay, so let's see. I am at 24,361 on population. Still zoning basic. Still zoning medium. So let's go ahead and run some clock, because my next, whoops, there we go. My next upgrade is going to be right at the 25,000 mark. So let's just wait for it to build up some population, and bingo! Here's my Department of Commerce. Okay. This building enables policies and regulations that influence the economy directly. Drastic changes are possible. It is therefore advised to act step by step and be aware of the people's political leaning. Available in the stats window. Ooh, speaking of stats window, screens up, information in stats. Man, there it is. Now, as you can see, I have got 1% high income people now. Okay? Which is really nice. So last episode I had like about 86 people, but I didn't have it didn't register a percentage change, but now it is. Okay. Looks like I'm going to need some more water again. I'm at 48%. So let's head down here. I mean, one of the things that you're always doing is adding utilities. Okay, so let's come up here. Let's add another water tower. And how am I doing on power? 96%. So where did my little guys go here? So I think I've got all of this Yep. All of these are leveled up. Okay. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to do this. Just finish it off here. Now I'm going to do this. So I can add myself another diesel generator right here. Okay? And that's going to give me plenty of water and power. Now, let us see what we've got going here. So now, 25,000. Let's come back here. So now, a Department of Commerce. So, where do I want to build my Department of Commerce? How big a building is it? It's not that big a building, is it? But it's kind of like wide. Okay, so where do I want to place it? What if I... No, let's not do that. Let's just go ahead and let's just place it right here. Ah, there we go. So, you could have up to 130 fictitious jobs. I always just say no to fictitious jobs. So now that we have got commerce, now as you can see, we've got up to 7 policies here that I can enact for commerce. So let's see, how about starting a business? Okay. Let's let's see. So we could do a declaration form only. Gives me a lot of economic freedom and a good boost to social ladder. You know, does a good boost to retail and advanced manufacturing, a little bit to basic. Hit on security, which is not good. Hit on pollution and corruption. How about 3-day simple verification process? That one looks fairly decent. How about 14 days? And that's still going to give me a little bit here and there. And special government authorization required. Boy, it really does a great job on the pollution. But also look at that -10 on the economic freedom. Okay. Now I think like when I'm trying to get one type of special building, I might want to choose this just to get the -10 economic freedom, to drop it down so that I can drop my economic freedom down below a point where I get the building. Then I would obviously change it back. So I think what I'm going to do is go about right here. So I get a little bit of boost to retail and basic. Going to get a little boost to my social ladder, the 3 points on the economic freedom. Going to take a little hit on security. Going to take a little hit on pollution. But I'm going to get a little positive effect on corruption. And both sides approve of this. And it's 5 to 10%. So let's just go ahead and we'll enact that one. Tariffs. Okay, so let's take a look. We could have none. Okay, and it gives us different effects. Some really bad on the basic manufacturing. Here, low. See, this is on imported goods. Okay. So social ladder and economic freedom get a little bit of a boost. Commercial gets a little boost, but basic manufacturing takes a hit. You go to medium. Boy, look at that. Medium and basic manufacturing gets a plus. The economic freedom takes a hit, and then the corruption gets a little bit increased. And you get 125 at this point. Or we could go high. Boy, look at that. You know, it just really kind of trashes retail and office, but the manufacturing's pretty good. But I usually like to go low, give a little boost here. My basic manufacturing is going to take a hit, but I get some good benefits here, a little bit more on the corruption. I get a little bit of extra money. So let's just go ahead and enact that. And then what I'm going to do is I need to, I need to basically build a new school, a new elementary school. So I'm going to put an elementary school in right here, pump up the teachers. And the other thing I'm going to do is just stick a library in right here. Now, books, crank it up all the way, okay? And there's your monthly cost of $2.90. And what's that going to do? Okay, $2.38. Boy, I might as well just upgrade it while I'm at it. Okay. So, that's kind of getting me going here. I'm going to let clock run. Now, my stability has dropped down to 62, but I still got 58% approval. You know, keeping that unemployment rate low. My power and water, I'm going to be needing it. Now, the hospitals are still overflowing, but, you know, like I said, I built the hospital a little early, but I kind of want that health care. Okay? And as you can see, I've got about 1,200 difference in my supply and demand, exports and imports. Let's take a look up here. Parks are up at 95%. So you see my quality of life scores at 70. Decent, but it can be better. I'm improving my social ladder slowly but surely. Policies, 0.5% on accessing the middle class, now up to plus 0.2 for the upper class. Slowly but surely, I'm dropping down the negative on that. My birth rate's at 3.5%, which is pretty good. Incarceration rate, I think, has gone down just a little bit. My corruption's at 6%. Okay. My economy, my big wheel of fortune here, as you can see, the basic manufacturing is taking a -6 total growth bonus, but advanced manufacturing is increasing, as is office. Inflation is well under control. Okay. My trade balance portion right here, this is the really important thing to control things. Doing really good. Look at that. And there's nothing from housing demand as far as a hit on inflation. And if I look at my approval, I've got 54% right wing. I've got 46% left wing, 67% here, 50% on the right wing. And you can see how the various things stack up here. So I guess I'm still elitist republic. Oh, right here. But one of these times I'll probably get up to the liberal utopia part. So let's close that up. And I think I've done a pretty good job so far. Like I said, I'll be back in another segment because I think what I'm going to start doing is probably adding some roads and stuff. And as you can see, I now have 2,500 in the National Treasury, and I just bumped up the national contribution to 1%. My parks cost is still 0. I love those pedestrian alleys. And I have not dropped my tax rates yet. Okay? Whoops, power outage. So, yep. I just have to keep building these little guys. And I also need more water. So what I can do is come up here and then just drop one right there on the tip. And now that takes care of power and water. So I'll be back in a little while and be ready to do some more expanding and stuff. Here we are. It's a little further along. I've done some improving on the roads and stuff. Now, as you can see, I've turned a lot of these, almost all of the gravel roads into roads to help with the traffic congestion. I still have a few gravel roads here and there. One thing that I did is I built a coal power plant, okay? Because, I've got, what's this, 4, 8, 10, 11 of these little diesel generators, okay? I've turned off 1, 2, 3 of the diesel generators as I save money and then make this coal power plant not quite so costly. So let's go ahead and, before I run clock, screens up. Got to have our information screens up. Now, it says low-income households struggling to find a place to live. I do have my low-income housing is up quite a bit. So I have built this gravel road here. I left the space right here open in case I want to place a school or something like that. I actually had to place a second fire station, which is a surprise at this population level. But fire stations are always so easy to deal with. So, okay. Now, notice how that's dropped down quite a bit for the housing demand, okay? That's taken care of it. I'm not going to be getting any slums, okay? And I've just been trying to balance my building and stuff here. Yep, it's time for me to add one last water tower. So this is going to be the last water tower that I add. So I'm going to put it right there. That's going to be water here by the beach. And then I'm going to have to start making the water pumping stations. And I'm getting close to where I want to place that. So let's see. I'm up here now. What do I want to do here? Let's go ahead. So that takes care of the water. So I've got 60 in education now. I built a second high school. Haven't upgraded it yet. Now, as you can notice, my policy score is 65. Remember that private school ban that I placed that gave me 5 percentage point boost to education score? Well, that gives me a +5 in policy score here. And last I was is at 52. So that brought me up to 57, and I've got a few more other policy scores that have pushed me up to 65. So policies are very important for getting the grades up for the various things here. Now, sense of security, like I said, I added a second fire station already instead of a police station. My police station looks pretty good, so that's pretty much under control. So let's see, I'm going to need, and now my office demand is going up, so what I think I'm going to do, I think that's going to give me flat road. Yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and come back here. Let's measure my 70. Start here. Go up 70. Oh, I'm going to be just a little bit short on the road here. Let's do the little nub there. And let's make sure that I measured that correctly. Yep. Okay, love to be square. Okay, so now I have some room for zoning commercial. Let's go 96. And how am I doing? Business is probably manufacturing. I'll just do a wee bit here. How am I doing on, let's do, see, I'm kind of like building out to this far, and then I'll finish up putting the avenue in on the left. It's a little cheaper this way. I think I'm gonna leave some space here. For another school, police department, something like that, hospital. See, I like to build them like right in here and on the side here. So I kind of place a lot of the public services in the residential area. So let's get to running some clock. Let's take a look at my budget. Now, as you can see, I've upped my nation contribution to 1%. I've got 11,000, almost 12,000 sitting in the National Treasury. That's kind of like a slush fund, a little so that I don't spend it kind of thing. I'm up to okay, 0.7 still. Money printed is dropping from 20,000. No, I have not dropped my tax rates yet. There's just no reason to. Let's take a look over here. Population, 84 park score, and the cost was none. So I've got money for nothing and parks for free still. Whoops. Power outage. So let's come over here. I guess I'd better just close that for now. And now what I'm going to do is just turn that on. Okay. And that drops it down to 92. I've still got 97 there. Okay, how am I doing on, woo, boy, I've got a lot of housing demand all of a sudden. So let's do that. Oh yeah, got some department store demand. Let's come up like that. Okay. So let's just come on up to, oh, where am I going? 96. No, let's go 72 for now. Let's do 72 for now. Okay, I guess I could build up this road right here. Oh, well, I really don't need to. I still have a little bit more to go here. Gotta watch where I'm zoning, so I've got a little bit there. That'll take care of some manufacturing right now. And I guess I'm gonna need more department, more commercial. So let's just, whoops, go right there to 72. And let's run some clock here. Tell you what, let's stop engines here for a second. Let's take a look at my special buildings. My next unlock is going to be this Department of Social Affairs. I've already got 6 enacted policies. It's going to happen when I hit 50,000 in national population. Okay. Oh, I already at 22,500, my government HQ leveled up. Okay. And it just does this automatic. And of course, notice that I have no fictitious jobs. Don't need them. I have a nice 5% unemployment rate, getting close on my water, and then I'm going to show you some kind of like an interesting way I'm going to solve that problem. So let's see. How about policies? Since I'm still, I think I'll hold off on the pensions. But when I opened up when it leveled up to level 2, I had four policy four policies possible. Then it gave me three more to 7. So I showed you how I did the private schools. Man, that's costing me a lot of money, but that's going to drive my education. Okay. So now here we've got more of these regulations and stuff. Now, what about innovation? I could subsidize research, and that gives me some interesting pluses and minuses, like for the education. Government approval required. I could do something like that, or I can only be conducted by the government for innovation, and that kind of gives you some different parameters. Or you could just do none. Okay. But what I want to do here, as much as I don't like that it's going to have an effect on pollution and a bad effect on corruption, it does give me +1 on the economic freedom. It advances my advanced manufacturing, reduces basic, gives me a plus to office. The 1% effect on education is what I want, and then it gives me also 2% on health. Cost me 192. So I'm going to enact that one. Let's see. Do I have, Clean Air Act. I think I'd better take a look at this. We can go none. Okay. And I don't know why I would actually choose that instead of just doing nothing. So we can have additional taxes on polluting industries. A bit of a health effect. Helps with the pollution, okay? Reduces basic manufacturing. Additional taxes on all polluting industries. That's going to give me 192. That gave me 96, so it's almost double. Gives me a civil rights point. Drops me on the economic freedom. Drops my basic manufacturing, okay? And nice effect on the polluting industries. And it tax every metric ton of emitted carbon. Whew, this is like severe stuff here. Definite negative effect on a little negative effect on office and advanced manufacturing. Big on the basic. Okay, nice health benefit. Really super on effect on the pollution. Gives me some money. But I think what I want to do is go additional taxes on all polluting industries. Going to give me a little hit on the basic industry, gives me a little bit of civil rights, gives me some health benefit, gives me some money. More importantly, it gives me that nice -3% effect on the environment, on pollution. Okay? Now, what else can I do? Copyrights and patents. Do not enforce them. Okay. Good for retail and basic. Bad for office and advanced manufacturing. Good for economic freedom. Now, let me tell you one thing. Just because I make a choice in a policy right now doesn't mean it's going to last forever. There may be times when I switch policies to reach certain goals for unlocking buildings. Enforce except for oligopolistic sectors. Okay, that's a nice health benefit, a little bit of economic freedom and social ladder. I like that. That helps people come up. You know, a hit on the office, but there's a little bit of a plus to the basic manufacturing and to the retail. Do I want to enforce for all sectors? Okay, negative there. Criminalize violations of intellectual property. Uh, Actually, I think I'm just going to go with this one right here. It's a little bit of disapproval on the right, a little bit of approval from the left. Like I said, it gives me the little pluses for social ladder and economic freedom, which helps people come up. Hate that corruption. Ooh. Maybe I'll do that one. I think I'll go here and take the bit of a hit on the office. See, that gives big office. I like that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go that way. Okay, let's see. And let's just go ahead and run some clock and let's see how that's stacking up on the policies. Woo. Now making $5,000 a month. Let's see. How am I doing? I'm going to need some more, do some more building and stuff here. So what I'm going to have to do is come up here. I'm going to build across here and stuff. And going to show you a neat little trick of how I'm going to solve my water problem, because I'm going to have to do that. So I'm going to be back in a little bit, and I am going to meanwhile do some building. Back again, and my population is now at 42,464. I have 287,671 available cash. My monthly cash flow says 7391. Have to run some clock to really make sure that that shakes out correctly. Unemployment rate's a decent 5%. Okay, social ladder is starting to climb. Approval at 58%, and my stability is at 94. Now, I've reached a decision point, several decision points. But before I run clock, now that I've built up my stability, I'm going to come back in here and do some legislation. First of all, I'm going to do the pensions. I've decided, let's see, which is the one that I want? Not that one. Okay, I'm going to go with the state-funded income-based annuity. Going to give me +1 on civil rights, going to give me +2% on social ladder. Gives me a 1-point hit on the economic freedom, gives me a 1% on the birth rate, gives me 1% on the health. And, you know, a little bit of approval on the left, a little disapproval on the right, and then $849 is what my cost is going to be. So I'm going to enact that. Here on the economy, let's see, what do I want to do? Control risky financial firms and products. The right likes that. Okay, gives me a +1 to office, a -2 to advanced manufacturing, social ladder +1%, economic freedom +1. And unfortunately, a little bit of a hit on the corruption. You know, no regulation. Good boost on the economic freedom, but you see the corruption hit is going to be bad. Nice gain for office. Okay. Here we go. This is going to lose office. It's going to lose advanced manufacturing by a -2%. You have a little boost to social ladder and a 1-point drop to economic freedom. But here you've got a 2% minus to corruption. Okay. Ban private banks. Woo, look at that. Could make some money here. Okay. But look at that corruption, +4%. Ooh. Look at that hit to economic freedom, -5. Now, when I have to drop economic freedom down to like 45, I might actually use this temporarily and then switch it back. I kind of like, let's see, this gives the kind of a hit to demand for office and advanced manufacturing, but I like that corruption effect, okay? and a little bit of effect on the social ladder. So I'm going to go with control all financial transactions. Boom. Now let's get down to retail regulation. No regulation. You know, good for retail and basic manufacturing. A little bit bad for office and advanced. Whew. A definite hit to security, minus 3%. Nice boost to economic freedom. Okay. But you got a corruption hit of +2, a little bit of social ladder, and a cost of 212. Here, prosecute informal and unlicensed vendors. Get a little boost to retail, 1 point boost to economic freedom. This helps corruption, okay, and the right likes it. Now, monthly inspections, limited opening hours. Kind of bad for retail and basic manufacturing, and not bad for advanced manufacturing. A little hit on the economic freedom, a little bit effect on the corruption, and a little positive effect on the security. Now here with government approval, limited opening hours. Definitely not good for retail. Definitely not good for economic freedom. Okay, the minus 3 points. The security goes up a +3, but corruption goes up +1. So, which was the one I liked the most? I think I'm just going to go with, see here I'm going to get a little bit of approval from the right. So I'm going to prosecute informal and unlicensed vendors and get that nice effect on the corruption. So, that takes care of all the policies that I can do, and now I'm all set up for society policies. Now, I have a 64 score, so I'm kind of dropping down here. Now, my police are doing okay at 100 capacity. Okay, got a grade of 83. My fire station is, starting to get close. I even had to build a second one, so I'm going to have to bump this guy up in a moment. But that's still 100 capacity. But it's dropped down, so I think what I need now is a place to put the prisoners. So I'm going to have to build a prison. So let's see, if I come here, that's where I want to put my red light district. So, what I'm going to do, if I drop him in there, that still allows me to drop one in there. So, okay, so now I have a prison. Let's run a little clock, see where we're at. Ooh, I have 30 prisoners. But look at how my security went from 64 to 87. Okay? So yes, it was time for the prison. And sometimes you got to understand how to read these filters over here, okay, to see what's going on. Now, I've extended up here. And as you can see, I'm going into the high density. So I'm at, wow, stage 6 or 7 already here. So, yeah, I decided it's time to get serious. It's time to go HD. So, you know, some of these, like the Office 2 out of 6, boy, these things are going to start to pop up and create some demand. Now there's the retail. That's what's going to start to create some demand. Okay. So now, as you can see, I cut through this street here. What I ended up doing was placing a intersection here where I know that I'm going to put a road. As you can see, I just dropped the road in already. Here I dropped the road in. I haven't even built on it yet. And then up here, what I can do, just to show you this little trick, let's see now. Let's make sure that I'm 10 away. So that's 8. Whoopsie. And I just screwed that up. So, let me go ahead and fix that. There we go. And do it again. So that was 8, 9, 10. So now so I can just do a tap right there. That tells me where I'll want to, so I just come here, and that's going to be my beginning. Let's go about like that. Okay, it looks like I'll just go all the way across. Okay, so now as you can see, I was able to put a little road intersection in here, which will tell me where to do my terraforming. So I'm basically, now one of the things that I usually like to do is try to have residential lead into industry. So I would have loved to have put industry here. But what happens is that I've got a good source, some resources up in this area that I might want to build mining on. So I've kind of going to set this area aside as industrial, and probably over here is industrial. So these two quadrants are going to end up being residential. And so yeah, I just decided, it's time to do some high density. As you can see, I've got here like a 6x6 lot. Okay, so now what I'm doing is starting to figure out my final layout concept. Now, in the corner here, there's a 6x6 spot is where an arcology will go. Okay, and then I've got two 4x4 spots right here where I can put like a 4x4 park and like a 4x4 school, hospital, something like that. Same thing over here. Okay, so basically, when I do my residential now in the HD, I'm going to leave 4 blank corners. Okay, I'll use 1 arcology A, 1 arcology B, and 2 arcology Cs. So I'm starting to set myself up for my space for arcologies, and I don't want to be cannibalizing existing housing with educated people in them to build my arcologies. So this is going to, because what I want to do is I want to get from 90 to 100. So now I'm just zoning along. Let's see. Hold on. Screen's up. And now what I want to do is take a look at my demand bars here. I think, let's see. I want to put in some more, but I don't want to do that. So let's do this. I'm just going to go ahead and replicate this area. I'm going to hit the control key, and now what I've got are 3 6x6 lots. Now I can put a 4x4 in here on each side. But notice that I love to do these end buildings on the avenues now to spread out the traffic, reduce traffic along the roads here. Now that I'm doing the high density zoning, okay. Now you might be wondering what the heck is with these two little spaces here. This is where I'll be running a highway, okay, right through there. That's going to be my highway system. And then I'll be connecting on the avenues here. So cool. So yes, I'm already planning for my my highways, and starting, the high density zoning for office and retail. Then I'm going to start the high density zoning for industry. So let's see, I still have a little bit going here. I don't have much. So let's just run a little bit of clock and let that run up. And now you can see my stability dropped because I did some policies. I usually do like 3 policies at a time. Okay, what do I got here? 97, 97. And it's probably going to tell me what is wrong here. Are overflowing with patients. The quality of care is impacted. You have to be kidding me. No. Oh yeah, that's right. So, okay, I need a hospital. Now, I built a pagoda right here. That was my 3rd church. I should have built it over a little more to the right. But I decided better just to build it. So I got a hospital I can drop right in here. And now let's take a look. And I think I'll just hold off on upgrading for a moment. So now that pops my health score up to 88, my education score. Let's take a look at my education score. I've got a 2nd library. Okay, I'm getting close on my elementary school. I'm going to need to add another elementary school. I'm also going to need to add another... Oh, no, I'm just going to upgrade my high school. Okay, and I got plenty of room there. So, I need another elementary school. So, let's build an elementary school right here. Okay, and I'll probably, let's just go ahead and upgrade it while I'm at it. Okay, because now what I'm trying to do is get to, I want to get my education score up to 65, okay, so that I set myself up for the university. So now, I need some more power. Whoops, down here. I happen to have, let's see, so this one has been turned on. This one is off. So now I can just open it up. And that solves the power problem. And now I can come down here. And let's see, that was closed. Okay, and let's see. That one's closed. That one's closed. That one's closed. So I think this is the one that's open, okay? And so as you can see this way, let's see, where am I at? 94 and 96. Okay, let's just open a 2nd one here. And then I'm going to end up leveling up that coal power plant. At some point I'll go and do the nuclear. Okay, now now we can see a little more accurately where my money situation is. So, this is building up nice. Let's go ahead and, while I'm at it, let's start looking for some resources. So that's going to cost me 11,000, okay? Okay, so right in there is where I could put more resources again. So 145, that looks pretty good. 6, that doesn't look good. But that looks good right there. That's nothing. Okay, so it looks like I got one spot here that's good. like 145, 145, 147, 130. So 147. So that is going to be, let's see, I want to grab something here. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's going to be 4 from the edge where I want to put that mining. Now, right now I've got 6,500 in supply or exports. That's my manufacturing. I got 5,200 in imports or demand, which is my commercial. Okay, so I don't want to build it yet, but now that I know where that's going to go, I know that I can come over. So let's see. I think what I'll do is just come over here, drop me in 2 4x4s. Now with the HD, I can go. Ooh, I like that. Let's just drop that in and see what that does for my demand. And now it looks like I need some more office. So let's come back here. Now let's see. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I start with 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start with 6, and we're going to go control. Now here's something. Come on. There we go. So what I want is control. There we go. So I'm building 4 of them there. 4 6x6s. Okay. So let's see how that works. Now I wonder, ooh, I've got a lot of housing demand, don't I? So I think what I'm going to do is drop this in, come across here. Okay, and going to add some more housing here. The high density, man, I love the high density stuff. Did I screw something up there? I sure as hell did, didn't I? I should have gone 5 deep instead of, well, you know what? Let's just do it this way. Because I wanted the 5 deep. So, okay. So this way I'm going to get 6x5s. And whoops, looks like I'm going to need more power. Okay. Looks like I pretty much have finished up this episode. So what I'm going to end up doing is adding a generator, which is going to give me a whole bunch of extra supply. And then what I can do is just close 3 and I'm at 90. So I hope that you've enjoyed this episode. As you can see, I'm closing in on 50,000 so that I can get to unlocking, so I can do the Department of Social Affairs. As you can see, I've got 12 enacted policies, so I'm already good for the central bank. Okay, and just building up my city now. And now that I'm zoning in high density, I want to start building up as much as I want to start building out. So until my next episode, I hope that all of you have a great time.